Hey, welcome to a series on 10 minutes of useless animals information. Most of us love dogs, and there are roughly 470 million dogs in the world, but that's only one dog for every 16 humans. Whereas, on the other hand, insects, they massively outnumber us. There are more than 1.4 billion insects for each human on the planet, according to recent estimates. Ants have colonized almost every landmass on Earth. Their population is estimated as 10 to the power 8 billion in comparison to approx 7 billion humans on the planet. Now that's creepy. Speaking of creepy, a group of tortoises is called a creep. But you won't see a creep very often. Not that kind anyway. Tortoises are rather solitary roamers. We also know that tortoises are slow. But here's one creature that's even slower: the seahorse. Those tiny little fishes, yeah, they are the slowest fish, moving along at just 0.01 miles per hour. Moving on to actual horses. Did you know horses and cows can sleep standing up, although they can only dream lying down? Cows are actually lovely animals. And you know what else? Cows have best friends. Yeah, cows have stronger social ties than you might think. One 2013 study conducted by researchers at the University of Northampton found that when cows were separated from their BFFs, their heart rate increased as a sign of stress. Oh, also, a cow gives nearly 200,000 glasses of milk in a lifetime. Isn't that surprising? What's even more surprising is hippopotamus milk is pink. Yeah, pink. But here's the thing about hippos: the hippopotamus is considered the world's deadliest large land mammal. They are highly aggressive and territorial. Hippos kill an estimate 500 people per year in Africa, which is kind of weird given that hippos are herbivorous. Another interesting thing is notorious drug lord Pablo Escobar famously kept hippos, giraffes, elephants, and other exotic animals on his estate in northwestern Colombia. When Escobar was killed in 1993, the Colombian government seized all of his assets, including his exotic animals. Most of his animals were transferred to zoos and aquariums, but his four hippos were left to fend for themselves. Those four animals made their way into Colombia's waterways where they multiplied. The most dangerous creature to humans might not be the one you think. Well, in terms of number of humans killed every year, mosquitoes by far hold a record, being responsible for between 725,000 and 1 million deaths annually. Wow, when we think of the most dangerous animal, we'd probably think of a bear or something. Who would have thought it's mosquitoes? But here's the thing about bears that's even scarier. Those who find themselves in the presence of a grizzly bear will surely want to stay out of reach of this animal's super sharp claws. But they'll certainly also want to keep out of the grizzly's mouth. Because these creatures have a bite force of over 1,160 pounds of pressure per square inch, according to National Geographic. That means grizzly bears can literally crush a bowling ball between their jaws. Yikes. Can it get any more horrifying than that? Well, yes, for there are the Nile crocodiles. The Nile crocodile jaws can apply 5,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, the strongest bite of any animal in the world, as compared to that of grizzly bear, which is around 1160 psi. Oh, by the way, speaking of bears, koala bears aren't actually bears at all. They are marsupials and are more closely related to kangaroos and opossums. Kangaroos are known for their hops, but if you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it can't hop, as they use their tails for balance. So maybe if next time they're trying to get at you with their kicks, lifting their tail might be a solution, although emphasis on the word might. Now, kangaroos are not the only strong kicker here. We also have ostrich. An ostrich legs are so powerful that their kicks can kill a lion or a human. Each two-toed foot has a long sharp claw, making them formidable weapons. Animals often end up running away from this large bird. Ah, yes, the wild can be rough. So here's something a little more pleasant. Millions of trees are accidentally planted by squirrels that bury nuts and then forget where they hid them. On the other hand, elephants have such brilliant memory that they never forget a face. They also remember injuries and can hold grudges against those who have hurt them. We might not have such brilliant memory like the elephant, but elephants and humans have similar self soothing techniques. Elephant calves will suck their trunk to comfort themselves. The babies do it for the same reason humans do. It mimics the action of sucking their mothers. Another animal that is quite similar to human in a way are the koalas. If you were to take a closer look at their hand, their fingerprints are so close to humans that they could taint crime scenes. Now that's a really surprising similarity to humans. Also, humans aren't the only animals who enjoys a drink or two. A 2015 study published in the journal Royal Society Open Science reveals that chimpanzees in Guinea has a fondness for imbibing fermented palm saps and getting tipsy in the process. But drinking and climbing can be dangerous. For around 50% of orangutans and chimps have fractured bones due to falling out of trees on a regular basis. On the other hand, we know that cats have the ability to survive fall from great heights. But not only that, cats also have no collarbone, which is one reason why they are so flexible. Moving on to big cats. Well, actually, the biggest. A tiger. Tiger's roar can be heard as far as 3 kilometers away, but that's not the loudest. The lion has the loudest roar of all the big cats. It can be heard as far as 5 kilometers away. Well, it isn't just the roars that's big, but also their appetite. Lions can eat up to 90 pounds of meat in a single meal, around a quarter of their body weight. Speaking of weights, female bats give birth to babies that weigh up to a third of their weight. If that doesn't sound like a lot, imagine a person giving birth to a baby that weighed 40 pounds. On the contrary, panda cubs are born 1/900th the size of its mother. That's smaller than the size of a mouse. They are born furless, pink, and blind. Their iconic black and white color code grows after about 3 weeks. Pandas are dependent on the mother for the first few months of their lives and are fully weaned at 8 to 9 months. Whereas the animal that requires the care and nurturing from its parents for the longest period is baby elephants. Their mums will usually nurse them for 4 to 6 years. Females will stay with their natal herd for the rest of their lives, but males leave the group between the ages of 9 and 18. Oh, it's also funny that elephants are the only animals that can't jump. In fact, it's impossible. Unlike most mammals, the bones in elephant legs are all pointed downwards, which means they don't have the spring required to push off the ground. Elephants are massive, such that a single tooth can weigh as much as 9 pounds. Although, in comparison to a blue whale, elephants are tiny, such that most elephants weigh less than the tongue of a blue whale. Now, blue whales are insanely big. In fact, they are the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth. And in spite of being so massive, their diets consist mostly of just krills, which are these tiny crustaceans of just a centimeter each. Whales do eat many other fishes, phytoplanktons, and algae as well. But given their throat size, swallowing anything as big as a human is physically impossible. The only whales that are capable of swallowing a human are the sperm whales. Whales are generally passive creatures that do not seek to interfere with humans. However, if you engage with these marine mammals, you could lose an arm or a leg, even though they have no interest in feasting on you. However, it is wonderful to spot a whale when on a boat or a ship, for you might get to hear their sings, which are these beautiful low frequency whistles. although part of the beautiful whistle remains inaudible to us as they're below the frequency of 100 Hz. And with this, we come to the end of the video. Hope you found this video useful. Many more amazing animals videos on this channel. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned.